Welcome to Meditations with JP. I'm JP, and this is my series, A Peace That Surpasses Understanding, where we are exploring whether we can encounter a peace that's within us that has nothing to do with thinking or figuring things out, but rather a reconnecting with something deeper, with our awareness, which is always here. So we're taking this step by step, and of course the first step in mindfulness, the first step in this practice is stress reduction, is calming, is being able to be present. But some days, as Henry Schuckman, who is inspiring the series, says, mindfulness itself, meditation itself, can sometimes be a source of stress and anxiety. Because we can feel a pressure to do something, we can feel a pressure to stop thoughts, and one of the biggest misconceptions that I hear around mindfulness meditation is the belief that mindfulness is about stopping thoughts or slowing thoughts or getting the mind to stop thinking. And that's impossible. The mind is a thinking machine. And so in mindfulness, we're not trying to stop thoughts. We're not trying to empty the mind of thoughts. We're not trying to end thinking. That's the kind of thing that actually leads to mindfulness becoming stressful, because we're trying to control the mind. Rather, in mindfulness, we're just changing our relationship with our thoughts. So today, in this practice, I'll be teaching a very simple technique of noting that helps us to notice the thoughts. And a great framework, a great phrase that I find really, really helpful is that we want to look at our thoughts rather than from the thoughts. The goal of mindfulness isn't to change our experience, it's to become aware of it. It's not to stop the thinking, it's just to recognize the thinking. And when the mind wanders into thought, we recognize that, and we simply come back to the body. So, let's begin here in our sit, which will be about 10 or 15 minutes long. Finding a comfortable, balanced posture. Head over the heart over the pelvis. Sitting up tall, and then softening. Allowing the body to hold us. And so we can begin by just noticing the breath. Noticing that you're already breathing. And even just this miracle of recognition that from the moment you were born till now, you've been breathing. One breath after the next. In and out. And this is very much what we're doing in mindfulness practices. We're just noticing what's already here. We're noticing this breath. Not trying to change it in any particular way. We're just noticing it as it is. Oftentimes we can feel like we don't know how to let go. And in these moments, in these times, I always encourage coming back to the breath. Because the out-breath, the exhalation, that's the body's natural way of letting go. And this breath always connects us to this moment. And this is what the practice of mindfulness is about. Paying attention on purpose to this moment without judging it or reacting to it. And so simply turning towards the breath is a wonderful way to arrive. To arrive in this moment, to arrive in the body. To recognize that during this meditation and this practice, we're stepping back from the day, we're stepping back from this normal way of moving from one reaction and one thought to another. And instead we're practicing presence. And so having given ourselves and our bodies some moments to arrive here by just paying attention to the breath, we can now just briefly scan down through the body. And then after scanning down through the body, we'll just rest in this awareness of the body and sensation. And I'll give you some pointers and some helpful techniques for working with our mind. So let's just begin at the top of the head. Noticing any tension or weight, pressure, any inertia from the day's activities. Notice the jaw, and just allow the jaw to soften. Remember that in this practice, we're finding this interesting awareness where we're becoming aware of the tension that we're feeling, while also giving permission for that tension to soften. So just notice your face, the muscles of your face, of your cheeks and tongue, forehead, eye sockets. And see if you can practice this, becoming aware of the tension that's been under the surface, but also aware of that tension in a way that gives permission to soften and relax. Checking in with the neck and the shoulders. This can be a place where stress and tension is stored. So again, just notice any physical tension and tightness. And even if it's not there, just bring awareness to the muscles of the shoulders and the neck, while also giving permission for them to soften. Allowing your arms to be slack, just like vines hanging down in the forest. Noticing the sensation in the hands. The hands can be filled with sensation and can be helpful for grounding as well, as they tingle, pulse, and are warm. Noticing the torso, the chest, the back, the upper back, the mid-back, the lower back, the belly, solar plexus. Just this to bring in awareness. See if you can let it soften and be warm. And so too into the hips, the butt, the legs. Notice that you are held by whatever's beneath you, supported. And then noticing the feet. And the feet can be filled with sensation. And then here we're just going to rest with the body. Just kind of like you were laying back on a beach. Our intention here is to simply be aware of the felt experience. We can call this open monitoring, where we're just noticing how the body feels. As we've scanned down, we've become a little bit more tuned in. And so now we're just stepping back Noticing sensations coming and going. Maybe tingling, maybe warmth, maybe coolness, maybe aching, or maybe just the movement of the breath. We're just going to rest attention back here. And soon, you may notice your mind wandering to thoughts or feelings, situations. And that's really totally okay. That's what the mind does. The mind wanders. It's a thinking machine. Mindfulness isn't about changing the mind. It's about learning to step back from it. It's about changing our relationship to the mind. So here we're going to do a very simple technique that can help alleviate some of the stress of thinking, some of the stress we can feel about it. It's just called noting. So when you notice that your mind is caught up in thought, you're just going to say, thinking. And I'd like to kind of imagine myself just kind of drawing a circle around those thoughts. Just kind of writing on a post-it note, thinking. And then we just come back to the body. And here too, if you're feeling strong emotions, you're getting caught up in feeling strongly, well, you can do the same thing with that. And you just kind of draw a circle around those feelings and just write feeling. So the very simple practice here is we're noting, which means that we're recognizing the experience. We're just saying thinking or feeling. So we're recognizing that we've gotten caught in thought. We're identifying that. And then we just come back to the body. Back to the sensation of sitting, the experience of breathing, back to the open practice of simply observing the body. And again, you may find your mind has wandered off. You simply note that as thinking or feeling and come back. In mindfulness, we're learning to look at thoughts rather than from them. And so you may even have thoughts like, this is boring, or am I doing this right? Or is the video still playing? And these thoughts somehow can feel more urgent than the others. But it's no worry, because the practice here is just the same. We recognize, oh, that's thinking. And we come back to this body in stillness, to this breath in rhythm. We may feel worried about what's happening later in our day or a situation that's coming up in a relationship. That's okay. We just notice, okay, that's feeling. We can thank the feelings for being here. We can thank the thinking for being here. We're being very kindly and gentle. And then we're just coming back to this body. You may even have thoughts of, am I doing this right? Okay, that's just totally fine. We just recognize, like, okay, that's thinking. Feeling frustrated or confused. Okay, that's feeling. We just note that as feeling and we come back to the breath, to the body. And so in this way, in this practice, we're learning that mindfulness does not mean stopping thought. It means changing the relationship that we have to it. Mindfulness is about stepping back from needing to control and learning to rest here, in this space. So you can use this simple noting technique of just identifying as thinking or feeling during any meditation that we do or any other meditation that you ever do. Or even just before bed, it can be a helpful practice throughout the day, because we're gaining an awareness that we are not our thoughts. We can notice them and step back from them. And we'll continue to practice cultivating this awareness of the body. So when you're ready, you can just open your eyes. Again, not having to transition, just continuing this awareness, bringing it forward. Thank you for joining me here. I'd love to hear how this meditation was for you. You can like this video, you can subscribe to it, and share it. It really means a lot to me. I hope you're liking it. This practice has really changed my life, and so I'm glad to share it with you. So thank you for being here, and be well. Peace.